Brodes Media.
So let's start things off with Sam.
At some point, we just got to realize that this team isn't as good as we thought that they were. We've taken a massive, massive step back, and it's going to be an uphill battle just to get close to as good as we were playing. We've got no cleanup. As much as I like Alec Boehm, he's a five-hole. The middle of our order stinks. We got a bunch of guys after our top three who I think will come out of it that just should not be in the middle of the order. I mean, Stott and Marsh and Casty, Hayes, Rojas, all those guys are 7, 8, 9 hitters. And every game we've got one or two of them in the middle of the lineup. The lineup's just not good, and we don't have that cleanup. I'm not saying that Kyle Schwarber should be come out of the leadoff, but we got no cleanup right now. To help the middle of the order, we might have to consider it.
I'm not going to rule anything out. If you ask me, do I want to move Kyle Schwarber? Hell no. Hell no. I think 90% of you knew exactly what my answer was when I asked that rhetorical question that I answered myself anyway. I don't ever want to move Kyle Schwarber. But if I want Rob Thompson to do something that might piss people off for a serious smack in the face, if Rob does it, it's whoa. I want it to feel whoa. And you brought up Austin Hayes, and I could tie Dave Dombrowski into this as well. What I wanted the deadline to be, which was clearly underwhelming, is go get an impact bat. You needed it to be way sexier than Austin Hayes. And with him getting injured, it sucks even more. I wanted the deadline to be wow. It was, it got marginally better. I wanted it to be huge. Well, Rob Thompson moving Kyle Schwarber out of a leadoff spot would make every Phillies fan hit up their group chat and go, yo, boys, look what Topper did. It shakes everything up to its core. We may be there. And you might be thinking, Brodes, wouldn't that be panicking? Probably. I panicked. I mean, I've already been on the record saying I smacked that son of a bitch. I did. So, yeah. Even with Kyle hitting 3 homers and 7 RBI, I'd consider it. Didn't say I definitely commit, though. I'd consider. Big difference. Now, let's get to your Boehm batting cleanup thing. I got to be honest with you, and I cannot believe we live in a world where I'm saying this. Boehm's fine, dude. I mean, I'm with you. It's not a traditional guy that hits a bunch of home runs and has that crazy power, but his doubles are no joke, and he can knock guys in. I feel a lot of the issues with Boehm over the last few months or so, and I don't even know what the numbers are on paper, but it's obvious that he has not been contributing like first half Boehm, but he's still getting doubles. But anyway, my point is this. Trey and Bryce went through arguably the worst run. That impacts Boehm. That impacts Boehm. When those guys cook and when they start doing what they do, Alec Boehm is very, very, very good for you batting clean. Cleanup's not the issue. I just don't think cleanup's the problem. If you want to shake it all up, fine. But you brought up Boehm specifically. It's Marsh, it's Stott, Nick. You might have to try slotting him up, which may end up fizzling out whatever spark we've gotten, but you're desperate because you hit the panic button. You know what I truly need out of this home series with Miami being first in a 2-gamer, which is very awkward? You better win 15-1. 15-1. And I need to see that maybe 3 games in a row. Because on the post-game show of the Arizona Diamondback series, I made a statement about, I lost my train of thought for a second. I was talking about, oh no, come on, it's on the tip of the tongue there. Damn, I'm so devastated I actually had to hit stop recording because I lost it that badly. But the power of technology. When I went back and listened, oh my God, I almost did it again. No, I'm not just buying time. I said that if they go back home, it's a lose-lose situation for them. If they play the Marlins and Nationals and win, you can't win me over. And if you lose, I'm going to be pissed. So there's no actual way of winning me even a tiny percentage. Well, maybe if you go win 17-0 in 2 games in a row and then you enter the first game of the next series with that same push. And even then, I'd still question it because I'd say, really, it's the Marlins. Do something against a team that's relevant now. Like the Diamondbacks. Someone mentioned this in my comments, or maybe it was Twitter, at Brodes81, if you want to toss a little, how do you do that way? Are the Diamondbacks to us what we are to the Braves? What the Braves do, it's not really going to play a role. Because when you see the Phils, especially in Citizens Bank Park, when the playoffs come around, we're golden. What do you think the Diamondbacks feel? They feel, these clowns. We're about to mollywop them. And Stubbs wants to go in the pool, huh? Loser. That's what they think. Because they have us by the balls. And that eats me alive. How does it not eat the locker room or the clubhouse? Instead, Bryce looks disheveled and is becoming a popular internet meme. That truly does describe the state, by the way. That wasn't just happenstance. He looked that way for a reason. This team is beat up emotionally. So maybe they put too much thought and too much hate into revenge early in the season where they used all their fuel. And they're hitting the back wall here without any energy left. They're squeezing the lemon, but there's seriously just no juice left because you used all the juice to try and respond to the Braves and Cincinnati series that you started the season off with. I'm just speculating, looking for answers, but right now, I have nothing else to do. I gotta search. Search. It's what I think about 24/7. That's where my brain's at. Dave. No, okay, Dave and Austin Hayes. Yeah, I'm on to something here. It's not enough. Okay, what else? My mind is psychotic. Let's go back to the phones.
Hey, Brodes. Big fan of the show. I was just wondering if you've checked the mail recently and have gotten the adoption papers from the Diamondbacks. Because we fucking own you guys. Peace out, bros.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's what I deal with on a day-to-day basis while I'm looking for answers. This isn't how it was supposed to go. I'm supposed to be making those calls to Diamondbacks Anytime hotlines. Going, you suck. You suck. You suck. Instead, they're having fun. I want to have fun, man. I want to have fun.
Pure manure, Hunter. That's exactly what it is, pure manure. And I told you on Twitter that you and I were on the same wavelength in terms of what we were looking for with this West Coast trip. I wanted this team to show me, to convince me that they're a legitimate contender to the crown. I also was not happy with 500. I really wasn't that happy with 6-4. I was hoping for 7-3, 8-2. Isn't this the time of year where you're supposed to be clicking on all cylinders heading into September. This is when this team should be playing their best baseball, not their worst baseball. Can we blame Rob Thompson? Sure. Can we blame Dave Dombrowski? Sure. Can we blame the players and coaches? Absolutely. I mean, it's a collective Philadelphia Eagles type collapse that we're seeing here. And I just do not see this team, quote unquote, flipping the switch and all of a sudden look like the team we saw back in May and June. I think they're done. If they don't somehow, some way, by the grace of God, finagle home field advantage in the postseason, if they have to go on the road where they have to play in parks, where they have to manufacture runs and do little things to win, have a good off season, boys, because it ain't happening again.
Sean, hitting me with a dagger, dude. And what sucks is, I agree. I believe exactly what you're saying. The only spot I'll push back on with your call is 8-2 is a hell of a goal. And trust me, I love you putting that level of expectations on the team. 8-2, though, would be a really sensational roadie. And based off the way they were playing, I couldn't expect that leap. You're right, though. We should be able to. And I think that's more or less what you're trying to get at, is you feel now is the time when you should be pushing all of your chips in, playing such clean, crisp baseball where teams are afraid to even look at you. Your smell, your body odor just reeks of you're going to fucking lose this game. That's how the Phillies run out of the dugout, and everybody on the other side smells it. That's where we should be right now. And they couldn't be farther from that. They smell all right. I'll tell you what they smell like. Sean said it right from the rip. Manure. Unbelievable.